going further, if you are asked to create an online form or a fillable form, it is very important for you to create a sketch of how the form will look before actually attempting to execute it. Not to say that you cannot do it without making a sketch, but it saves more time, and it's kind of a requirement because I have a sketch of the form that you're going to create before actually start creating it. Alright? Now we are going to create a simple form, and I'm going to use table to offer some level of control on this form. So we did table already, so you know that if you want a table, you have to go to which menu? My computer is hanging. Good. Insert, and I'm going to choose table tab right here. And you know, we could always do it like this and bring your mouse over columns and row to get the amount of columns and row you want. The computer is hanging a bit. It's hanging. Alright. So it's hanging a bit. So let's go to insert table, and let's say I need 5 rows and I need, let's say, 2 columns, and I click at this. Good. So let us bring this table down a bit here, and let's just call this information form. And by default, you realize that my text is left aligned. Now I'm going to center it. I am going to bold it. I am going to change the font size of it, and I'm going to change the font type of it as well. And you would have learned all of those already. And what I have just done a while ago is basically apply formatting features. And I can change the color if I want as well. This is a nice pretty blue or purple. Good. Alright, now I am going to, in this first cell, I'm going to write name. I am going to write program. Let's do that all cap. I am going to put gender. I am going to put date of birth. All right. Yep. So, and I can also put telephone number as well. Telephone, right? So there we go. Now, I have not started applying the form features as yet, but I'm going to draw this area of the box. As you realize that I can adjust here. I click in and drag it and put it here. And now I am going to start using my form features. So I want you to be able to write your name in this section right here. So let's go to the developer tab, given that I already added it already. And I am going to use, let's use rich text. All right. As I'm clicking on it now, guys, I will go, let me undo this. First, you click in the area where you want the form feature to apply. Then I'm going to use, we can use rich or plain text. All right. Let's use text only, the plain one. All right. And you realize if I bring my mouse over each icon, it gives you a description to say text, insert the plain text content control. I'm going to click on it. Nice, it's appear right here. Then I'm going to turn on my design mode. And I'm going to click on properties. And by doing that, properties allow you to enter the title that you want. So let's call this first name, and let's give it a tag as to say F name, and I can click on OK. And there you go, you realize that the title is first name and the tag is F name. And I can come right in here where it says enter here, enter here, click here to enter your text. Let's just call it first name as well, right? First name, and I can click off it. All right, I'm going to go, let's move it over, can press tab or the space bar to decide how far you want it, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to click on the same plain text. I'm going, well at this moment my design mode is on because you see that it's lighted, and then I go to properties. I'm gonna call this last name, name, and I'm going to give a tag as L name, and I click on OK, and I can come in here and I can change this to have this as last name, good, and I can click off, and there you go. And now let's say you want to decide on the program you're doing. Let's use my combo box. So click on my combo box right there, and I click on properties, and let's say my title is program, and let my, yeah, you can let my tag be program as well. Good. Now I'm gonna come down here, pay attention carefully. I'm creating the combo box. It's a drop down list, so I can click on where you have choose an item, and you can add something, you can modify, you can remove, you can move up and can move down. Now I want to remove choose an item, so let me modify it to call it select a program. Good. Click on OK. Now I'm going to add, and my program that I'm going to add, I'm going to call this, let's see, the first one is web page design. All right, and click on OK, and you realize what happened, it falls below it. And let's see, I am going to add a next one. I'm going to call it data operations. All right, I'm going to add a next one. Let's say call it housekeeping, and I click on OK, and I'm going to click on OK now. All right, so let me click off that, and let's move to the gender section. The gender section, I am going to use a checkbox, but let's just put gender and write male here, and I'm going to come right at this box right here, my legacy tool, click on it, and I'm going to choose, let's say I want to choose a square checkbox. Good. I'm going to come across, I'm going to write female, and I want to add, all right guys, I would have used a next square box as well, but let me just to show you what is available to you, let's just use this, the check, the wrong one instead, radio button. But normally if you're going to use a square, use a square, you understand? But I'm just adding, doing both of them for you to have an understanding. And my computer is hanging once more. I guess I should just continue using the box for you to just stick in it. Up, 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 come on. Let's just use the regular one. If this basically stop doing all this, good, good, stop, it's finished, good. So to my legacy form again, I just choose this one right here. There we go. And for your date of birth, all right, you could use a text box to type it in, but you can also use this tool right here. It's called your date picker. So I can click on it, and I could also modify this as well, and I could say the title is date of birth, and my tag could be DOB. All right, and I could say how do you want it to be displayed. Do I display in terms of the day, the date, and so on, or if various options are right here based on which one you want. All right, so let's just use this first one right here. All right, most popular one. And we have calendar type and all those stuff here. Have look, I have English Jamaica. We can stay at that. So we're gonna go ahead and click on OK, and I have click here to enter your date. So I can say click here to enter DOB. Okay, and click on that. And for your telephone number, let me just use a regular text box. So I click on that, go to properties. Let me just go over again so you fully understand what I'm doing, just in case you missed a step. All right, click in that area, click on my plain text right here, and my design mode is on. If it wasn't on, it would look like that, no light. But by clicking on it, design mode is on. Then click on properties, and I am gonna call this telephone. I'll just call it tele, right? Yeah, call it tele as well. And I can click on OK, and yes, you can see it like that. Now let me just remove my design mode off it, and if you realize right here, once you click on here, you see first name, and I will basically type in my name. Then for my last name, oh, there's a mistake right there. All right, sorry about that. I will type in Cole, and I click on choose an item, and let's say I want to, I would have selected, let's give you a drop down. I'll select what? Web page design, and I will select for I will select your gender to be male. You come down here. I just want to show you this part, the date picker. Here, I guess you're familiar with when you go online, they give you some form looking like this. So that's what it will look like. All right. And of course, we have done all this inside of a table. So therefore, you know that you could actually make your table look a bit fancy. All depends on how you want it. All right. So you could the table features, the styles. You can always play with it. And there you go. Your form look a bit fancy. All right. So that is it for designing a form. Those are the most basic features in creating a form, and as you see, they are the mostly used features. Alright, so just take a few minutes and let it all settle and sink in, and you can ask all the questions, anything you want to go over, let me know. I have no problem doing that. Alright, good.